What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Carbon, and I'm back. I'm back again with another Assetto Corsa no HESI video. Now, oh shit, I've already been kicked for being AFK. Wow. Well, that's what I get for being, trying to make sure my settings are correct. There is a new car that no HESI has added, I don't know, about a month ago or so. It is this Ford Mustang GT350. It's basically made to cut traffic from what I can tell. I've only driven it once, one day when it first came out, and I was already on a grind to get above 5 million. It was a personal goal. And as you can see, I'm sitting at 7.1 million, very close to 7.2. In the last video, this score put me at top 500. I was in the top 200s. Well, other people have been out there grinding, and I am now not in the top 500, which means I have lost my role on the Discord no HESI servers, saying that I am top 500 certified, and I don't like that. And if I wanted to be completely serious about getting a stupid high score, I would probably be driving like the Honda Civic or the GR Yaris. But I'm here with the 350 today. I'm going to be driving quite a few cars. I noticed that the leaderboard, although it is heavily stacked on the BMW side, especially the M340i. Everyone seems to be using that to get some high scores, but other people are using some other vehicles as well, such as the Honda Civic, the Toyota GR Yaris, the Lexus LFA, the Porsche Cayman 718. Like, these are all vehicles that I could, I could get down on. This is a brand new car, so I don't think anybody has really gotten onto the leaderboard with the GT350. It is a little bit wide of a car. It is a muscle car. It is rear-wheel drive. It is manual, so I'm sure it's got a little bit of a skill gap to it. You know, I'll probably need to brake or engine brake more than anything. I'm expecting this car to be extremely slidey, especially in the higher RPMs. But we'll find out for sure. We need to put her into gear, put her in neutral for a nice little... Ooh. Sounds good. I'm gonna keep it green right now, and then let's take a look at the inside of the car. You know, it is dark outside. That's all right. Got the nice little accent blue floor lighting. Got the little bit of lighting in the cup holders. You got the active dashboard, which I always love. One of the funniest things in this dashboard is the YouTube app. And every time I fucking click on a video to play, it can play. My antivirus does not allow it. And by the time I click play, it shuts the game down. And then next thing you know, I have to reinstall Assetto Corsa, all the mods, everything I could possibly need to get back to playable status again. I also got a few new graphic mods from Pure. I used to have Pure installed, and then I went to an AC Realism, and then a whole community spoke out about this AC Realism dude, and he basically stole the graphic mods from somebody else. So I stopped using those, tried to go back to Pure, didn't install it right. Recently, just installed it right all over again. Got the beautiful stars, got the rain mod, it's still active, and I'm also going to be turning off the rain mod, but only for raindrops that show up on the screen. I actually didn't know that was an option, so I ended up turning that off. The other option was just to turn rain off altogether, but I like the immersion, you know? Ooh, got the heat coming out of the exhaust. Do have my anti-lock braking system. And from what I can tell, traction control. That would be these right up here. So anytime it goes to assist me, those will end up highlighting. And as you can also see, no HESI has a new UI for scoring. At least for me, it's new. As you can see on the top left there. I don't know if I like it better than the old one. It's definitely harder to look up and like find my combo, at least where my eyes want to look. Woo, okay. She does have a little bit of runaway in her. You turn the brights off. Put a little first person. Ooh, that sounds good. I would say not the worst car, definitely not the best car, but usable for sure. I think you could get some insane scores in this thing. It definitely take a little more skill than the Civic. The Civic is still my main go-to when it comes to high scores. Ooh, wow. There's many different ways to drive, you know? You could go slow and steady and safe, but then you don't get the speed boost. Oh, see that right there? That's a good lesson of why if you look in my previous videos, for the most part, I stick between cutting the second and third lanes of traffic. That has been my strategy. It's not everyone's strategy. Some people just go balls to the wall and use all 3 lanes. Fuck. Let me turn off the traction control. Turn off the anti-lock braking system and give her a little donut. I do like this car. I do like it. I think I like the sounds of it more than anything. I mean, that's really what brings you into this game, you know? The immersion factor. You put a good pair of headphones on and you get some rumbling of a GT350 like this. Whew, and it reminds you. It almost makes you, you know, for those that have played this in virtual reality, very jealous. I definitely want to give it a shot. Fuck. I definitely want to give it a shot. I just don't know which virtual reality headset that I would get, you know? There's a lot of them out there. As far as I'm concerned, all of them suck. All of them have the screen door effect. The only ones that I can tell that don't have the screen door effect, at least like through the common masses, is the Apple Vision Pro, which I am definitely not purchasing just to play Assetto. See how fast we can get this thing. Take the left side shoulder. We've already found 6th gear. I'm gonna guess 200 mile an hour. Come on. 202. We're gonna run out here pretty soon. I'm already redlining. I need to find a gap. That was the gap. This is the gap. Shit. Okay, definitely don't want those speeds in the heavy traffic. And then turn traction control. I guess there's only one level for each. Shoo! All right, so definitely can't do those quick left rights that I like to do in the Civic. And even if I could do them in this car, I'd have to do it just a little bit wider because this car is a little bit wider than the Civic. My brights always want to turn on. Another thing I also changed is a little knob here on the steering wheel. that will, you know, increase or decrease the force feedback for this thing. Now, every car is basically different, and everybody's steering wheels are different. So you really can't trust the default tuning. I like more force feedback when I'm driving and racing. But if I'm drifting, I need less force feedback. Ooh, I definitely have some more force feedback, and I like it. This might have to be a fifth gear car. It could probably be a fourth gear car. Maybe brake and go into fourth before you start doing some true zigzaggy, some slaloming. You definitely tell this thing wants to lose its traction, but it can be controlled. Another recent vehicle they just came out with, I'm pretty sure just a couple days ago, yesterday, from the time of recording this video, was it another BMW? No, I think it was something else. I think it was a new Lexus LFA with a different tune to it, like a whole new car compared to the Lexus LFA that I already drove in a video, which wasn't it. Ooh, it's not definitely not. Fuck. Definitely not a car you would probably go for a run, a leaderboard run. But we can definitely give her a shot. That'll be for another video. I want to take a couple more cracks at this GT350. I feel like once I can learn it, it could become one of those cars I really like to get behind. Those flatbed trucks, they're always hard to tell if you're gonna hit them or not. You can get much closer to the rear end of the trucks than you think you can. You know what's funny is I do have a recording. I wouldn't really even say it's a recording. It was a chill Saturday night one night, and I was, you know, playing some HESI, and I saw that Pokey Lulz was playing, so I started driving around with him and a whole bunch of viewers, which is what I was assuming. So I opened up his stream, and he was getting upset at all of the viewers that were crashing into him. You know, he was wanting to take this kind of serious. So we ended up joining a VIP server, and I followed him into it, expecting, you know, at least a handful of other people to join. But I guess I was the only VIP 3 out of like the 6,000 people that was watching him. So I get in and I drive the Porsche 911 GT3 RS, probably the best handling car I could have chosen, because I was going to just follow Poke while he was cutting traffic and then give him that proximity, you know? And then with the 911, I could control my speed and my braking pretty good to where I didn't really have to worry about crashing into him. So for like a half hour, hour or so, I really don't know how long it was just me and Poke driving through this map, cutting up traffic. And we could have went a long ways, but he's not exactly the best, so he would crash a lot. But he didn't take it serious enough in the fact that, like, when he crashed, he wouldn't just always reset himself. You know, he'd keep driving. So eventually I was like, well, he's not taking it too serious. And then I would pass him and make him follow me so that the stream could see, have a view of something besides just one person cutting traffic. He'd be cutting traffic, but I'd be like 50 feet in front of him. Not getting in his way either, just kind of like showing him the way. And it was pretty fun. And I didn't record it, but I did get the replay from Assetto Corsa. And I might be able to go through that, make a video about it, because it was pretty fun. Maybe get poke side of it. Maybe I can download his VOD or something before it disappears. Man, this thing is kind of insane. I'm really liking this car. They put a vote out, what should be the next car they allow VIP 3s to drive in public servers. So basically, if this was one of the cars you could vote on, and I voted on this one because what happens is that they put this car in the public server, and it's not that like anybody can use the car. Only VIP 3s can use the car. So it's almost always available in the public servers, which means I get a better car than, for the most part, it's a better car, at least in my opinion, than the cars that, the people in the public servers, the non-VIP drivers, are using. So it's like a little bit of like a bragging right when you're in there. You already got the skill, you got the car. It's hard for anybody to keep up with you at that point. Then there's some crazy good drivers in this community. It was funny. I was visiting my father yesterday, and I was showing him one of these no HESI videos, and I'm like, yeah, look how realistic this is. And oh fuck, I was doing really good there. You hesitated. ... Fuck you. Yeah, I was showing him this. I'm like, look how realistic this is. It had a rain mod on it, and it wasn't until like, I don't know, a couple minutes into the video, the car this guy was driving was a right-hand drive car. The steering wheel was on the right side. And he shifted on the right side. And he had gloves on and stuff. Like, and I was just like, wait a minute. We're not watching like a whole, like, no HESI sim. We're watching somebody's, like, this is a real dashboard of a car, a real steering wheel, the guy's real hands. He's got all this equipment, and we're just seeing monitors inside of like where the, the windows would be, by the A-pillars and the windshield. And we ended up watching it for a bit, and we're like, God damn, that's cool. Obviously, I've seen them before, but, that one like actually tricked me. And then I ended up showing one of these actual videos, people that have these crazy 4090 setups. Oh, the sound of this thing. It just sounds so good. Makes me want to go into this third person view just to listen to the exhaust. I just clipped that truck. Yeah, this is definitely a car I could get used to driving a little bit more. And do one more run here, and we'll call it a video, other than call it a day, because I'm probably gonna keep playing. The thing about the personal best attempts is, it takes at least around 15 minutes to get to the score that I want to get to. And you don't just do it first try, So I play over and over again, usually while watching like Netflix or YouTube. And I'll just be recording session after session. And then eventually I'll get, a personal best. It might take me hours of doing it, no talking, just focusing. And then that's the part I upload. But then if I did that, my uploads which if you saw that I was doing like personal bests, if I was only doing like personal best uploads, my videos would incrementally take longer and longer and longer to get and upload. It's because that's how it is, you know? You don't get your speed run every single time. You might go a whole session of gaming, you know, 4 or 5 hours and not get your personal best. Woo, this thing is nuts though. Thank God for the anti-lock braking system. Oh shit. Another thing I have in mind about upgrading is this shifter. It's not a bad shifter, the Logitech one that comes with the G923. It's just, it's only 6 gears and a reverse. I'd like an 8-gear one. And I'd like a Thrustmaster one, but that thing's like $200 for a shifter. That's what you can buy just this wheel for now, the force feedback wheel, which I highly recommend. To get just the shifter for the same amount is crazy. Holy shit, I can feel it slipping back and forth. But I think the increased force feedback that I put on it is really helping me keep some grip. There's definitely when you go to weave, I can already feel that I'm making a habit of it, is going into 4th gear when I'm doing the 2-3 weave. You know, get right here, downshift to 4th. Like you're saying, the 5th. This lane's getting a little bit wider in some areas. Usually don't like riding the shoulder. I think it's a shitty way to play this game, to be honest. Like cheating. The shoulder's not always there. So as long as you know where the shoulder is, sometimes you can use it to your advantage and an assist, you know? Well, I was wanting to see how good I could slam on the brakes and do a quick left-right. Definitely is a good car. I'm gonna have to look into mods for like the gloves. The gloves are starting to piss me off, especially when they're white. They're a little bit too bright. So I might look in to see if I can get like hands or just like maybe a mod where I can just set the color of the gloves. I've also noticed that a lot of the times the driver's suit will match like the color of the car as you spawn into the game with the car. Now, since I've driven this car before, I think I painted it green and it's just leaving the paint of which I had last. Well, I guess we'll find out next time I go to drive this car. But I have been finding that out with a lot of cars, has been saving my previous color. And some cars haven't. They just always spawn in the same color every time and I have to change it. Alright, so a 5th down to 3rd is definitely up in the air as a tactic to use. Definitely got more grip than the other Mustang. There's a 2000, I think there's just a normal Ford Mustang GT they also have in here. And I'm pretty sure this thing has way more traction than that thing. There's also a Supra I'd like to get a little bit more practice. Almost money shifted, but never left my foot off the clutch, so the engine is safe. Man, braking does not. Here, let's do a quick test of that real quick. I'm gonna go to 5th gear, and at a point I would normally slam on my brakes with like a Civic or something. I would be able to not hit a car. But this thing, watch this. Slam on the brakes, I still hit the car. See, like the Civic, there's no way I would have hit that car. I would have stopped in time. This thing's got some weight to it. It is a Mustang. That worked out pretty good. A little bit too close for my comfort, though. Man, even that one didn't work. It was hard to turn while braking. Every car has its strengths and weaknesses. All right. There's going to be no perfect car out there. There's going to be almost perfect. All right, I think I'm gonna call it for testing out this car. The next one should be the LFA or the Supra. I'd like to try both. And I'm gonna wait till I crash. I'm gonna go balls to the wall. I almost lost it. It's starting to rain. I think it is. Made it to the tolls. I should be at like 3 million or something by now points if I were doing an actual run. Oh. Ha! I'd say that's an actual crash. All right, well, thanks for tuning in. I'm gonna wrap this up, get it edited, get it uploaded so that I can go back into this, try to get some personal best runs, and hopefully I can get back to top 500. I need it. Until next time, guys. Until next time, guys. Thank you. Peace.